Coming up on this episode of the World of TV, I have the Will and Grace series finale, the Jersey for Jersey benefit show. We'll talk about the NFL draft, what John Krasinski has going on, and some good news, and we'll talk about late night wrap up. All that and more coming up on the World of TV. Recorded from his house, this is the World of TV, and now here's your host, Ralph Quidone. Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're listening to this, and welcome to the World of TV. My name is Ralph Quidone, and I hope you're doing well in these times of COVID-19. And now, let's get to today's headlines. Tonight's the series finale of a long-time running show on NBC, Will and Grace. The show has been on the air since 1998 and has 11 seasons. The show currently stars Eric McCormick, Deborah Messing, and Sean Hayes. You can catch the series finale of Will and Grace tonight at 9/8 Central on NBC. Last night was the Jersey for Jersey benefit show benefiting the NJ Pandemic Relief Fund. Last night's show starred Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Halsey, and more, all performing from their homes to help raise money for the efforts of COVID-19. You know what that tone means. It's draft weekend. The NFL draft is this weekend on ABC, ESPN, and the NFL Network. Tonight starting at 8 p.m. and running through Saturday. Now, as you know, the draft was supposed to be in Las Vegas this weekend, but had to be done virtually because of COVID-19. This was going to coincide with the Raiders' first season in Las Vegas after a move from Oakland. Now everything will be done virtually from players, coaches, and commissioners' home. The first overall pick is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. Look forward to watching that this weekend. I had the chance to attend the draft a couple years ago in Philadelphia, and it was a great experience. And I know it has to suck not being able to walk up on stage and shake the commissioner's hand for these players, but you got to do what you got to do in these troubling times. Moving on to some good news and John Krasinski, John did another great thing for high school seniors over the weekend. He hosted a virtual prom for all the seniors who lost their prom because of COVID-19. During the show, he had special guest appearances from DJs and fellow Office co-star Rainn Wilson and pop sensation Billie Eilish. If you missed it, the event can still be viewed on Some Good News' YouTube page. Now we're going to move on to a new segment that I like to call Late Night Wrap Up, where we'll talk about different things that are happening in the world of late night TV. We're going to start with none other than Jimmy Kimmel. This past Tuesday was his son's 3rd birthday, and while Ryan Reynolds, star of Spider-Man, was on, he asked him a favor to surprise his son Billy for his 3rd birthday. And here's the clip from the surprise.
Does that guy look familiar to you?
Hey, what's up, Billy?
Is that Spidey?
Let me take this off.
As you may know, Jimmy's son Billy a few years ago when he was born had major health complications and was in the hospital for weeks. He's doing very well now though. James Corden started the Shirt Off Shootout Challenge, where basketball players remove 10 items of clothing and try to shoot them into a basket to raise money for Feed the Children. Stars that have participated have been the Warriors' Steph Curry, former Heat star Dwayne Wade, James himself, and many more. If you missed it, all the clips are on the Late Late Show's YouTube page. That's not the only funny thing James did. He did a parody of Trump's press conferences and him having a special advisor advising him. Now, we know this is fake, but it just makes for an even more funnier joke. Here's a clip from it.
Right, now after the last few press conferences, you're really going to have to hit this one out of the park, okay? So I want facts, 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 stick to the script, no unproven drugs, and try to be presidential.
That is so hilarious. And now, before we move on, I also want to note, happy 15th anniversary to YouTube. Today, 15 years ago, the first video was uploaded, and it rose to fame of stars like Justin Bieber and more. Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It's time for Ralph's Recommendation of the Week. Now, this recommendation of the week isn't really a TV show, but a bunch of specials that I really like. This week's Ralph's Recommendation of the Week is None other than funny man Sebastian Maniscalco. I got onto him about a good 3 years ago and have been laughing ever since. He'll make you laugh out loud every special that you put on, so I highly recommend it. All of his specials are on Netflix, besides for one that is on Amazon Prime Video. And that just about does it for this week's episode of The World of TV. I do thank you for listening. Come back next week where we'll talk about what's trending in the world of TV for the week of April 23rd. Plus, we'll talk about another one of Ralph's recommendation of the week, and who knows what else will pop up. So make sure you listen next week. Until then, this is Ralph signing off. This has been a production of The World of TV starring Ralph Quidone. Written, produced, and edited by Ralph Quidone. All sounds courtesy of freesound.org. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, my email is ralphquidone98@aol.com.